I've previously praised Zenless Zone Zero for their amazing designs in Season 1, and while things have changed in recent patches, it's time for a new list. As always with these styles of videos, it's my opinion. If your favorite character appears on this list, it is not a personal attack against you. I can't believe I even have to make that disclaimer. Apparently it needs to be said. This was originally going to be a top 10 list, but I actually still like most of the designs, so instead it's a top 5 list. Let's go. First, we'll be starting with 2 honorable mentions. The first honorable mention slot goes to the new Krampus judge Promia, as it doesn't feel fair to officially include her as she is not released yet as of writing. Plus, her design keeps changing in the beta. Look, sexy outfits or revealing outfits aren't a bad thing if done well. I like her long cape, and the idea of the handcuffs behind her back is interesting. It's when she takes off her coat for some of the animations that I get lost. Perhaps we will be given a lore reason as to why she's wearing what she is underneath, but for now I find it unnecessary and extra. I do like the crescent moon motifs, and I hope that symbol is important to her character given how prevalent it is on her design. The second goes to Orphe and Magus, and it's actually not a design issue for me, it's the translation of her design into the 3D model. If you're familiar with hoyoverse's other titles, you've probably seen well-designed characters who have rough 3D models. I'm still waiting for Albedo to get his fluffier hair and for Diluc to get properly updated. The way I feel about Orphe and Magus is similar to my feelings of Chaska. While Chaska's design isn't my personal favorite, her 2D art looks gorgeous. It's her 3D model in the game that feels off. Orphe and Magus' design and concept are so cool, but I think the 3D model failed to capture the beauty that the 2D artworks do. Maybe it's how the horns are wrapping around her long ears that's throwing me off. Number 5. Suna. It breaks my heart to put one of the Angels of Delusions on the list, but Suna is the weakest out of the 3 angels. Her concept of being a young school girl interested in music does come across very clearly. I especially like her backpack with the notes on the back with the wings attached to them. We even learn that in the story, Suna attached those wings to the backpack to make her feel more connected to the others, which is a really sweet detail. My struggle with the design comes with the color choices. Is her hair a light green or a light blonde? Why is there a giant blob of black for her feather skirt with little black used in the rest of her design to help balance it out? She's definitely got some black hair clips and her leg strap, but it doesn't feel like it's enough to restore that balance. I find it weird that her skills in the game revolve around this cat with light sticks when she doesn't have any cat symbols or motifs on her character. That's on Nangong Yu instead. Or if you purchase Suna skin, which is a whole other conversation, I guess you could say like maybe it's her little Tamagotchi coming to life, and I do like that idea a lot, but you wouldn't be able to pick that up on a first glance at this character. Trust me, there's a lot to like about Suna's design, and that's why she is not higher on the list. I think if they made her shoes black instead of white, that would be enough to solve the feeling of the color imbalance. The hair color really bugs me, but I think that's more of a personal nitpick, and I think that a little color correction in either going more green or more blonde would help that out too. I also don't think she needs the pink belt on her leg with the sheer sock attached to it, but let me know what you think. Number 4. Ye Shengguang. Ye Shengguang was a character with so much potential that was squandered in so many different ways. I'm afraid her design just feels out of place. Yes, she has some notes of orange to attach her to the others in Swabian Temple, but this outfit does not scream martial artist or the next successor to the Qingming sword. The sheer boob window is so unnecessary. We also have a martial artist wearing heels. Come on. I praised Zenless Zone Zero in my previous video about how these characters were actually having realistic shoe wear. Are we back to just slapping heels on everything now? I do love her bushy hair and tail, and the idea of having her little hair vents turn into ears is a great idea. I'm just afraid that Ye Shengguang feels like a sexy Halloween costume of a martial artist instead of the real one. We also have to address her other self, which is her, but with white hair instead. The red tattoo on her leg, which was already nice, becomes longer in this form as well. I actually prefer the personality of the white-haired Shengguang, but when it comes to her hair color, I do think the brown contrasts her outfit much better. White hair against a white outfit does make it blend in somewhat, but I think it was smart that they made the tips of her hair black to help with that. Number 3. Lucia. Lucia was a character I accidentally pulled when trying to get Manato, and while her design isn't my favorite, she is fun to play. Her case is interesting because she did go through a last-minute design design change in her upper torso. She was going to have her middle underboob showing, but it was changed for her upper chest to be revealed instead. This alone doesn't earn her the spot at number 3 though. You might have noticed, but there's 3 characters that follow this design pattern of a skin-tight suit with no shorts and an upper exposed chest. Yixuan, Yidhari, and Lucia has these, and because they were released so closely together, fans including myself were wondering if we're falling into a new design trope for Zenless Zone Zero. I have a pretty short video on this if you're curious to know more. Even with the similarities to the other two, there's some things to like about Lucia. She has long elf ears, a unique braided hairstyle, and this prosthetic arm. It's just such a shame we weren't really given a reason as to how she lost her arm. Heck, did she even lose her arm, or is it just protective armor over it or something? We never get an explanation. For a character with a very interesting concept that doesn't get attacked by ethereals, they could have done so much more with her. Even her colors struggled to complement each other, as she has this dark black, dark teal, and then this very bright blue hair at the top of her design. Thankfully, there are some splashes of yellow to help break up the shapes, but I find this character just deserved a better design to complement her role in the Spook Shack. Number 2, Yidhari. Unfortunately, we have another Spook Shack character on this list with Yidhari. The concept of an octopus Thyran is actually pretty darn cool. She has this unique swirl pattern in her eyes, and I like that there are darker strands of hair mixed into the blonde. The rest of her just feels uninspired. She has the same outfit style as Yixuan and Lucia with the tight shorts and the exposed chest. Oh, and of course the channel's favorite detached sleeves are also present, but I will give it a pass since Zenless Zone Zero doesn't rely on this trope too much. This is another instant of a cool concept being squandered. I don't mind the tentacles coming out of her back as she's an octopus Thyran, but the rest of her design doesn't really complement this theme well. I like the different hair color swirls and the eyes, I think those help, but there was a missed opportunity to give her those little octopus ears like the Dumbo octopus that were discovered about 10 years ago. Having those little ears would have been such a charming addition to Yidhari's design. Her main colors of purple, black, and white do work well together. I just wish they did more. I've seen some edits of Yidhari with long, sleek pants, and it honestly looks so good. I will put an example of an artist who drew this on screen and link them in the description below. Overall, I take the concept, but just like Lucia, I just wish the developers explored the themes more. Number 1. Cecilia. It honestly kind of sucks to include such a new character in the number 1 slot, but in my opinion, Cecilia has the current worst design of all of the playable cast. She's a snake Thyran, which is again a cool concept, but aside from the tail and the slits in her eyes, she doesn't have obvious visual cues to tap into her snake-like side. Thankfully, she does have plenty of incredible snake-like animations, which is perfect for her character, and of course, the snake around her torso, which is a bit on the nose. I've read plenty of comments saying how they wish they did more with her snake Thyran side, and I agree. Even if it's just only a few scales on her exposed skin, that could go such a long way. Or why isn't her tongue split like a snake's? That would have been cool. And yeah, the fabric on her outfit does show a scale-like pattern when it shines in the light, but I'd like some more. As for the outfit, we need to look at her faction. She's part of the police department NEPS, or NEPS. Well, specifically the Metropolitan Order Division that is still a section of NEPS. A criminal that is being reformed by working for NEPS under Seth's brother. As such, she has clues on her design like the shock collar around her neck to keep her in check, alongside what looks to be cuffs on her wrists. Where I have an issue with this design is the outfit. I see Cecilia get compared to Jane, but I find this comparison is lacking a key detail. Jane wears street clothes to blend into criminal gangs and get them exposed from the inside out. That's her duty as an undercover police officer. Cecilia doesn't do that. This is just her uniform day in and day out. If it weren't for the constant NEPS lettering scattered throughout her design, I never would have guessed she was from this faction. Even changing her red color on her torso to blue would have really helped in connecting her to the others. I find that for a lot of these characters on my list, it comes down to the execution. I like the original themes, I like the ideas, but I just struggle with how the designers chose to go about it. Cecilia is no different. That wraps up my top 5 worst designs in Zenless Zone Zero as around May of 2026. If one of your favorite characters appeared on this list, please understand that this video is my opinion. It's not a personal attack. I welcome you to share with me your favorite and least favorite character designs in the comments as long as you remain respectful. If you enjoy games like Zenless Zone Zero and Genshin, I talk about design design a lot, and you can watch those videos next if you'd like. I hope to see you next time.